one of the things I wanted to ask you about was I've always liked the way your drums sounded, and I just wondered if you had any advice for people as far as tuning drums and getting the best sound out of a set of drums.
Well, tuning the drums is, I think, a matter of personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
What I've done is just discovered the right sound that I wanted, plus the right feel that I wanted. Because you can tune them too. Some people like them tuned tight because it feels real tight. But I've just discovered where it feels right, and I found that if you tension your drums to where they actually feel comfortable for you, to you, the sound will be right. The sound sort of goes along with it.
Mm-hmm. So you've just a recent thing that you've discovered?
No, it's been years of experimentation, like tightening them up, busting heads, and doing this. I've just gotten to the point where I can just about hear what it is I want to hear out of them and how I want them to feel. And when I get that particular point, it's like a feel to me. I can feel it, and they sound right.
Mm-hmm. Did you used to switch tunings if you were doing, let's say, like a mainstream jazz gig as opposed to more of a rhythm and blues type of a gig?
No, I never did that. I always tuned the drums the way I like for them to sound. No matter what I played, they would sound correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And as far as like the drum set you have, is that you still got the same set you were using maybe 20 years ago, or?
No, I got the same set I've been using for about last 15, 20 years. Some Rogers drums.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was it 4-piece?
Right, 4-piece bebop kind of set, 22-inch bass drum, regular size tom. I got an 18-inch floor tom.
Wow.
Because I like the big sound in it, and regular size snare drum.
Mm-hmm. And wood snare drum?
What is it? I've forgotten the dimension. 6.5 by 14, something like that. No.
5.5.
5.5 by 14. Yeah.
Yeah. The chrome metal drum.
Yeah, chrome.
Okay. All right. And did you ever have did you go from using like calf heads to maybe another, head preference?
I like Remo heads. I like the old style head where you can get some brushwork on them. The coated head.
Yeah.
I mean the dots and all that are pretty good for rock and maybe other things where you don't hardly ever use brushes.
Yeah.
But in what I'm doing, sometimes I have to use brushes,
mm-hmm.
and I need a head with a coat on it.
Mm-hmm. I
tried fiber skin, but they seem to muffle the complete sound of the drum.
Really?
Yeah, to me, I hate fiber skins.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, gosh. So, yeah, okay. And I wanted to ask you about with your brush technique. You got great. I love the way you play brushes, and I wonder if maybe you could pass on some knowledge as how you developed that.
Right. My approach to playing the brushes would be this to a student. Don't think of the brush as a brush. Think of the brush as just another extension of a stick, and play your brushes like you would play your sticks. But the only thing that would be different is the sound would be softer. But there's, to me, if you think I'm playing the brushes and I'll play the brushes like this, I mean, you lose a whole bunch of the possibilities of moving further into the drum set with the brushes if you just think of brushes. If you think just like a soft stick, mm-hmm. it works out.
Mm-hmm. Did you have drummers that were like guys you listened to early, tried to emulate what they were doing on brushes?
Oh, yeah. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Since I got started into jazz,
mm-hmm.
I had to copy somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to Elvin Jones a lot.
Yeah.
Max Roach, Billy Joe,
mm-hmm.
Art Blakey,
mm-hmm.
Shelly Man.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but as far as practicing, did you have somebody helping you out, or was that just kind of trial and error?
It was trial and error, baby. I got in this woodshed and said, all right, I want to play these drums. And I put me a record on the record box and played along with the record.
Mm-hmm.
Until I found out that I felt pretty good with it, and I had it sort of copped off, and people were offering me jobs. So I said, it must be pretty good.
Getting paid for it.
I'm getting paid for doing what I love to do.
That's the first indication. Oh, how about like cymbals? Are you fussy about what kind of cymbals you use?
Right. I like Zildjian cymbals.
Yeah.
I love Zildjian cymbals. My friend of mine just went to Switzerland, and he came back with a whole bunch of pasty cymbals that they gave him.
Yeah.
Great. I told him, great, fantastic. But I love Zildjian cymbals. I don't know if the Zildjian people will read this article, but if they do, tell somebody to send me something, because I need some more zildjian cymbals. I like K's and I like A's.
Right.
You know, I do not like, you can put me down and quote, I do not like pasty cymbals. So the pasty cymbals people need never contact me, because I don't want none, because they don't sound like cymbals to me. You know, they sound like a cheap imitation of a zildjian cymbal. So I'm an avid zildjian fan, forever, till death.
Have you still got this 15, 20-year-old cymbals?
No, I got some new. I got a K and a 22-inch K, and I got a 20-inch Crash Ride A.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And sometimes I borrow cymbals from other friends of mine and have other parts of my setup. But basically, my setup is 2 cymbals. You know, and they give me what I want. Like the K gives me soft and dark, you know, for the bebop and swing, and the A gives me bright and loud for whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How about the hi-hats?
Oh, A zildjians, of course.
14s?
2 13s.
13s?
Right.
Cut a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some old ones.
Yeah?
Yeah. They sound good.
Man.
I got sort of like a custom set. I got a little piece from here and a little piece from there, and a little piece from this person here. I've been talking to the Yamaha people, and I want to see what they're going to do. You know, I've never actually sought out an endorsement or anything like that.
Yeah.
But my friends have been pushing me. Man, you ought to call up some of these people. Man, look at all of these dudes getting these drums and stuff. You know, I've always bought my own drums and stuff. But I contacted the Yamaha people on the advice of a friend, and I'm waiting to hear from them to see what they're going to do.
Would you talk to Jim Coffin up there?
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
You know him.
He's a good man.
Yeah, well, I sent him a discography and a sort of scant resume or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't send him a picture or anything, but I'm waiting to hear from him and see what he's going to say about it.
Good. I'll probably talk to him. I'll tell him to go ahead and do it. Pick up, get James.
Right, get James outfitted with some Yamaha drums and some zildjian cymbals. No pasties, please.
Well, maybe, did you want to talk a little bit about the new record that's coming out and, you know, what...
Oh, yeah. Well, all I can say about my new record is, like my old lady says, I'm sitting here concentrating and worrying and putting forth more energy and worrying than I am about actually doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes her tired to watch me worry about it.
Right.
But I'm worrying about it because I'm doing basically original material, and I'm doing it with some people that I've played with before, but I don't particularly know if they're going to be into my concept as a composer rather than as a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've been trying different people around. It's like personnel problems. I'm having personnel problems, basically.
What do you need? What kind of
Well,
musicians?
what it's going to be is like I have a guitar player. The piano spot is sort of shaky. I have David Tarkanowski at the present, but he comes and he goes and he's got his own trip that he's on, and I'm trying to search for that.
Mm-hmm.
And bass spot is sort of, you know, not too cooled out yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 horns, trumpet and tenor, and Mary Barnett's going to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Mark Saunders to play percussion for me.
Great. Are you going to be doing drums and piano?
No piano, just drums, maybe a few synthesizer parts in.
Right.
But basically drums.
Mm-hmm. Well, how's this going to be different from what any other records you've ever been on? Or...
Well, see, most of the other records I've been on basically have been straight ahead bebop jazz. Yusuf Lateef and Ellis and
Right.
Eric Gale was sort of a little different, swamp funk. But the last Ellis record I did, Father and Son, it's basically straight ahead jazz.
Right.
But I'm not actually doing that now. It's kind of hard to explain what it is I'm doing. I'm using basic jazz harmonic concepts and melodic concepts, but I'm putting to them what I call a swamp funk rhythm. And there'll be some jazz spots in there, but basically it's going to be like this to start out, just as an experiment, because I think it'll work.
Will it be like really heavily arranged or a lot improvisational songs or?
No, they're going to be arranged. I'm going to arrange them, and there's going to be solos and whatever. It's going to be basically recording studio technique.
Right.
Arranged everything right and everybody in the right spot and all. But they're going to be doing my compositions with my harmonic concept. You have to hear my harmonic concept to dig what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's slightly different.
I'm sure it is. If it's anything like the drum playing, you know.
Right, it's slightly different. You know, it's sort of modern. You know, I liked Herbie Hancock. I liked Chick Corea. I play a little piano too, and I liked Ellis Marsalis. I like, you know, some of Herbie's harmonic concepts. I like Gil Evans, the composer. You know?
Great.
Yeah, I like that concept of that floating sort of harmony, but with a solid beat.
Yeah.
Some sort of a solid beat behind it, and some vocals. You know.
You're gonna do vocals.
Yeah, some.
Okay. Yeah. Are you gonna be singing?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great, man. Great. So are you trying to look for a record company, or are you just going to do this whole thing yourself?
No. Alan Toussaint is producing it for Mars Saint Records.
Right.
Not Sansu Records and Mars Saint Publishers.
Right.
And I guess they're going to lease it to somebody, whoever wants it, if anybody wants it.
Great.
You know, I have no idea. That's why I'm worried. I got my fingers crossed, man. I hope this goes. You know, I put all the effort, all the energy that I could possibly put into it to make it go, but you never know until you put it out there in front of the public.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll do well. We'll definitely, when it comes out, you know, let me know. We'll make an announcement in the magazine and let everybody know that it's out, where they can get it, and just, you know, put the stamp of approval on it. You know.
Great.
That'd be great. So, all right. Well, those 3 areas. That was pretty much what I wanted to cover with you. You know, that I'd missed the last go round. The last thing I just wanted to ask you is how can we go about getting some good pictures of you for this?
Pictures.
Yeah.
Right. We were just talking about pictures. I was telling Stanley about Yamaha. I said, man, we sent all our resume and discography to resume. It seems like today is the day. I said, man, we didn't send no pictures. You know, he said, yeah, you know, you're right. You know, he said, all we got is just black and white. Oh, yeah, this is a great dude. What's he look like?
Right.
You know? So, all right, give me your address, and I'm in the process of getting some 8x10 glossies made, and I'll send you one.
Okay, it's number 1000.
What is it?
Number 1000.
Wait a minute, say it again.
Okay, 1000.
1000.
Clifton Avenue. That's Clifton. The town is Clifton, New Jersey.
Wait a minute, Clifton, New Jersey.
07013.
07013.
Yeah, that's Modern Drummer Magazine.
Just send them to Modern Drummer. Attention, Scott Fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been getting the magazine? Have you been seeing it?
Yeah, I've been seeing it. I've been reading it.
Did you check out the history of the rock drumming?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. You know what? Let me get your mailing address, too. I only got your phone number here, James. Hang on a second. Okay, shoot.
1218 Ursulines. That's Ursulines.
Lines.
Right.
Okay.
New Orleans.
Yep.
Louisiana, I guess.
Yep.
70116.
70116.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Dynamite, man. Well, listen, thank you much. I'll get all this.